Good evening everyone, and a warm welcome to Mystery Monday live here on Facebook, and thank you so much if you're catching the replay. My name is Lucia Visentin and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. As you hop on, say hi, we'd love to know who's about, have a little chat, lots of things happening at the moment. So tomorrow is the 6th of May, and that is our go live day for our new catalogue. So finally, not tonight, but I will be able to open up this catalogue shortly, so that will be great to be able to see what's in it and work from it a bit more, being able to order a little bit of everything. So at the moment, as demonstrators, we do get a pre-order, but we can order from the whole catalogue tomorrow. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there with long wish lists that will be ordering tomorrow. The other thing that does happen tomorrow is online exclusives. There is a new drop of online exclusives, so be sure to check those out, because there was the Impressions of Bloom that I was using a couple of weeks back that will be on the online exclusives as well. The other thing that happens tomorrow is there is a join offer. So the join offer is quite a good deal this time. There's always a good deal. So it still is $169 to join, which is the regular price, but you're actually going to be able to choose $303 worth of products. And you don't pay postage on any of that either. So you're actually getting $134 extra worth of products over and above the $169 that you've spent. So that join offer is from tomorrow until the end of May, till the 31st of May. So like I said, if you've been sitting on the fence about joining, again, that's a great offer. Hello Anita, and hi Jackie, how are you both? I still haven't got ads up, but I am doing a paper share and I am doing an in colour club as well. I will get something up this week. I've just been super busy and haven't got anything up. I did get up about my retreat though. So I am doing a retreat on the 14th of June. I'll have more information. Well, there is more information up, but I will give you more information about that later as well. So we might just get into it, I think. So tonight I am still going to use the beautiful gallery suite, which is what I used last week. But I was talking about the dies that are amazing that I wanted to show you this week. So I have come up with a card, and we'll be able to use that suite again with those dies tonight. So hello Renee, and hi Natalie. Oh, the D-Stash, brilliant day. We had a great day. We had so many people come round. We were open from 9 till 12:30, I think it was, until 11:30. It was absolutely flat out. It was great. Like I said, we had a good day. So we might do it again at some stage. So I will give you more notice, because hopefully I'll have more notice next time as well. So I'll let you know when that happens, because there were some really good bargains to be had there from everyone. And like I said, everyone that was there were Stampin' Up demonstrators as well. So it was all Stampin' Up goodies. So it was quite good. Hello, Joan. The other thing that's happened today is our painter has been. So I have a room that is painted. So now we'll just have to wait for some carpet. So once the carpet's gone, so I will go in tomorrow and organise that. So then I'll be back in my room. So I reckon realistically we're probably looking at another sort of 2 or 3 weeks, definitely, before I'm in. But at least there's some light at the end of the tunnel now, which is fantastic. So let us turn around and we will get going. Oh, hello Lee. And so you've got to get that exercise in wherever you can. You're good, because I don't think I have been doing hardly anything lately. So I do admire that you are actually getting some time in. Now, I have actually got some boards done up this week as well. Might just come a little bit closer. There you go. I'm probably not that much closer, really. There we go, there we go. Alrighty. Yeah, it is definitely fantastic news. We are very much looking forward. I think we're all looking forward to it. Cameron so that I get out of his hair, and me because he's out of my hair. And I'll be inside, which is nice. So the beautiful gallery suite is actually a mega suite. Hi Jenny, how are you? So there are 2 bundles in this one. So the complete suite is $245, but you get stamp set dies, stamp set dies. So it is a nice big, like I said, a nice big suite. Sorry, I'm just going to turn my camera around a little bit. That's better. So stamp sets are these. I reckon I'd need more than just 1 kilometre extra for me, Jenny. You'd have to be walking all night, I reckon. Hi, Anne. So this stamp set here goes with this die set. So that's the bundle, these 2 here. So if you're actually buying the Gallery Blooms bundle, that is $93.50. Or you can go the Beautiful Motives bundle, which are these gorgeous dies that I'll be using tonight, and the Sentiment stamp set, which has got 2 other stamps as well. And that one there is Gallery Blooms, Beautiful Motives, $81 for this bundle here. And like I said, as of tomorrow, you'll actually be able to order these as well, which will be fantastic. So like I said, tonight, focusing on this one. So last week we did this flower here, whereas actually I'm actually using both, because I'm using the frames, one of the frames from this one, as well as one of the ones from here. So, and I am using the papers again, and the sheet of paper I'm using tonight is this one here. So one of the ones with the roses on it. I'm still a little bit crooked, aren't I? Hopefully that's a little bit better. So I think I showed you the papers last time. So how do we know what's left, John? Yeah, that's a good one. To begin with, you could probably just message me and I can let you know whether I've got things or not. But things are kind of a little bit all over the place at the moment too. So they're not all in one spot because I don't have my room to put them in. So once I am settled downstairs, I can probably get them up either on this page or our class page. Might be the other place I might put them. So I'll see how we go. So I am going to pair the paper. So there is our designer series paper. I'm going to pair it with Mossy Mesdow tonight. And I've just, a little sneak peek, that is going to be my insert, and I have used one of these dies on the inside. Can you see how it doesn't actually cut anything out, but it just lifts these little pieces up. So can you see here, everything's just lifted up a little bit. So with the card I'm making, you'll actually be able to see that a little bit more as well. So what I will start off with is I am going to just blend around my Mossy Mesdow card base initially, and I'm just going to use Mossy Mesdow and my blending brush. I'm not going to go too heavy, just a little bit. just to give it a little bit of, so it's not quite as flat looking, the card base at least. So like I said, just a little bit around that. Alrighty. So, and what I do is I try and pick up all of that extra that was on there as well with the brush. Now I'll pop that aside, and I have got some die cutting to do. So I will do in my cut and emboss machine. And there's a few things I'm going to cut out tonight. So we are going to use this die here. So that die comes in the Gallery Blooms. And that I'm going to cut out in white. And you'll be able to see what this die actually does, because it doesn't just cut out one frame. It will actually do a couple. I'm just going to put it on a little bit of an angle just so it goes through a little bit easier. It just hasn't got that blunt edge trying to go through then. So get rid of that outside bit. So we get a middle piece. We get quite a large frame. And then we get this inner frame. So we've got two size frames plus that middle piece. Okay, so we will use those. I am going to, with this one, this is going to be a mount on my card, and I am just in the corner going to use this little die, which is the one that I used on the inside, on the insert of my card as well. So let's pop him in. I didn't say the plates, but we're just using our regular plates, 1, 2, and both of the number 3s. Now I am, good evening Vicky, how are you? I hope you're well and had a good weekend. So I'm just going to so that's it on the corner there. And what else am I cutting out? I am cutting out some leaves as well. So the leaves again are from the Gallery Blooms, which is the one that had the big frames on it. So I'm going to go Mossy Meadow leaves and white leaves. Now I don't know about you, but I'm not sure how small a scrap is too small to keep, but I do keep quite small scraps, as you can see, because there's always something that you can cut out of them, I think. So I think we might be done with the machine now. And we'll just bring everything in. Get rid of those. Pop these out. And pop those little guys out too. Alrighty. So, grab our card again. And what I'm going to do, not the card actually, the card can stay there. I'm going to grab our mount. And one of the stamps is this beautiful background stamp. So this is on the stamp set with the sentiments. And it's this little one here, which actually goes really nicely with the card I made last week. It's the same, it's actually the same pattern. I can't find the card, but it was this paper that I used, and that actually goes really nicely with it. Got no idea where I put that card. Oh, here we go. It is. It's right here. There you go. So yes, you could actually use that stamp set with that. That might have looked nice behind here as well last week. There you go. So I'm going to use this, but what I'm going to use to stamp with is just the Versamark. So the Versamark is the ink that we use when we are heat embossing. But the other thing that we can do with this is just use it to give us a nice watermark effect. So let me show you what I mean. So see how you're just getting a really light image? And that's all I want. I don't want anything too dark. I just want something light. I am just going to bring in, actually I won't bring my mat in because it'll get all Versamark all over it. I don't think I want that. Continue stamping around. This will just give us a nice little bit of texture all the way around our stamp here. Our cardstock. Actually, we might go that way, it's a bit skinnier. That's better. And this little corner here doesn't have anything, so we'll put a little bit there. There you go. I'm just going to wipe that because that does make it, so the Versamark is a little bit sticky because we know we use that usually for heat embossing. So I've got that done. Now, the other thing I'm going to use is this frame here. So what I'm going to do is actually stick those flowers behind that frame. So I'm just going to get rid of those ones for now. And what I'm going to do with this is actually on the back of it, I'm just going to use some double-sided tape. And when I'm looking at that, I think I want less of these leaves showing, more of the flowers showing. So I am just going to pop it more to one side, which is fine. And I do have some tear and tape. I could use glue, but because I've kind of gone off to one side a little bit, I probably haven't got much room to pop the glue on this side, I don't think. Now, if I'm too far away, let me know if you can't see what's going on. Like I said, just a little bit of tear and tape all the way around that. And then I have a white piece here that is going to go on top of. So I've just made it 3mm larger. A bit bubbly. I think it's probably on its last legs. Spread that out a little bit just so it doesn't all ooze out. Oh, good evening, Michelle. How are you? Hope you've been keeping well. We're just playing with the beautiful gallery suite here. Okay. So that's all stuck down. We should just give it a little bit of time to actually adhere. But what we can do with these, see how I've on purpose not put any glue behind this because I do want them to sit up a little bit. So just with my nail, I'm not going to get a bone folder or anything in there because it's too hard. Just with my nail, I'm just curving those little bits out. Oh no, losing your voice. I don't think I could cope. If I couldn't speak, oh my God, disastrous here. Mind you, I do use my hands a lot anyway, so I'm sure I could still communicate. But see how when you lift that, you can see a little bit of the white underneath, and that gives it a nice little bit of texture then as well. So now that we've done that, I'm going to pop that onto our card that way. And I think, I've got to think about this. Do I want the roses there or do I want them coming down? Oh, I don't know. I might actually have them coming down and then have my sentiment at the bottom there. Because if I have my sentiment at the bottom, it'll probably balance that out a little bit because I've got the cutout in the other corner. So we might go that way actually. Let's do that. So I will stick this down. Oh, we are a bit low, aren't we? So we'll pop this on. Just moved. There we go. The other dies, I think there's actually 3 that do this kind of thing. I will show you one of the others because I have used the other. There's that one. There's this longer one here where all, and like all the edges, like they all pop up. They're really pretty. And then this one here. So I've seen them used for scrapbooking where people have actually, the same as this, popped their photos underneath them. And so it just looks like you've just got it spilling out over what you're also putting on your card then, which looks really lovely. So that will pop there. Now, I have made another one before, and I didn't put dimensionals on it because I thought this side would go flat, but I'm thinking I might still put dimensionals on the rest of that anyway, on the frame, but obviously just not in that corner where it's being held there. We'll see what it looks like. If it doesn't look okay, that's fine. But I think it would be nice if it's just standing up a little bit. So there, that's going to be the top corner. So I'm also trying to avoid my double-sided tape. I'm not putting any dimensionals on that because they do peel off them really easily. And we might just, because these are a little bit narrower, I'll just pop that one right on the edge there so it doesn't dip. There, one there. We don't want it to dip anywhere. Okay, we'll take all these off. Like I said, after playing with these today, I have really, really enjoyed these. Like the dies are just gorgeous. So we're going to pop that up as far as it can go, and then we'll just make sure the rest of that's straight. Alrighty. So we have all of that down so far, and like I said, all of those bits are all lifting up. Actually, that looks okay there, doesn't it? I don't mind that. Alrighty. So what I was also going to do, so I had my little leaves here as well, and I do have a Wink of Stella. Hello, Kim. How are you? Oh, I'm so glad you're on live. And so I don't think I've watched you because you're on really early in the morning here, and I'm with daylight savings ended. It's even an hour earlier now, and I'm not out of bed early enough to watch, sorry. But I do get on the replay. And thank you for popping on. So just giving it a little bit of sparkle. I am also going to give, I've got some scrap paper somewhere. Just let me grab a sheet. I am also just going to put a little bit of Wink of Stella on this little piece here too. Just to give it a little bit more of a highlight. Like it's already standing out a fair bit, but let's let it stand out a bit more. Let's make it shine. I'm just putting the paper under it so I'm not getting the Wink of Stella over everything else. I think I've used this little one here. There you go. Where did my little white piece go? There. So, now that we've got that, we do need a sentiment. So, like I said, because I've got the flowers from there, I can actually pop my sentiment down the bottom here. And let me get my stamp set. So I am thinking we might go Celebrate, which is a quite small, dainty little sentiment on here, which is quite nice. Because I don't want anything that's sort of too big and bold, because it is quite a delicate little rose that's on there. I have my embossing buddy. Always use your embossing buddy before you heat emboss. And now, so this is the other way that we use our Versamark. So like I said, the first way is I've done the watermark all around the card, and now I am just going to heat emboss with it, which we've all seen before. And white embossing powder. Okay. Get rid of that. And we will just get the heat tool out and emboss that now as well. Isn't it so cool when it melts? I love that. Okay, so we will just trim this down a little bit as well now, because I do just want it to be a nice little narrow piece. Now I sometimes use the blade of my scissors, so especially if you've got a little piece in there to move about. So the other thing I did want to show you too, with this, there is some ribbon that comes with it. Now the ribbon is basic beige, but it still actually ties in. Even though I've used the white, I still thought it tied in nicely. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use a little bit of the tear and tape, and I'm going to put it on the bottom of my sentiment. And I'm actually going to gather my ribbon onto it, just for something a little bit different. So I mean, we could put the ribbon just at the bottom like that, But what I'm going to do is gather. So I'm going to take the tear and tape off the back. I'm going to start that on the end. And to gather it, well, it's not really gathering, I suppose, it's more pleating. So we'll pleat it up. We'll do another little pleat. They don't have to be really deep pleats. But again, it's just going to add a little bit of texture and something a bit different to the card as well. So where's the end of our, okay, so we're at the end. So that's what we're looking like there. So I'm just going to cut this end off so it's nice and straight. And then this end, I'm actually going to cut on a bit of an angle. So I'm just going to straighten this up. And give it a little bit of this sort of a thing at the end. Okay. And like I said, that's just going to give us something a little bit different. When you overheat, when you are embossing, once it's melted, that's it. Walk away. Don't heat anymore, because it will overheat and it will just become black. You're right. That's exactly what it will do. So I've got that, and I've got my little greenery as well. So I was thinking of just popping a little bit of that behind there as well. And do you know what else I might do? I think I just need, because we've got that bit of Wink of Stella everywhere, I'm just going to Wink of Stella all of this as well, just so it's a little bit sparkly, the same as the leaves. You know what, we might as well incorporate it in. And then it will all tie in. And I do want that on dimensionals, so I have got some leftovers here from the edge of something. Don't even know what it was from now. Probably a kit. I'm not going to put it over where my ribbon is because it's probably not going to stick really well, but I will put it towards the top here. And it's not going to matter that I don't have a dimensional at the bottom here, because that ribbon is going to keep that sentiment sitting up anyway because it's got all the little pleats in it. So let's take the backing off, but before I stick it down, I might actually just stick these to the back as well, just so I can use the adhesive on the dimensional there to stick that down. Do you know what? I might even put it right at the very bottom too. How about we do that? So it's right down. Like I said, then at least that is balancing that other corner out. Oh, sorry, when I did the gathering, or... Oh, sorry, Natalie, hopefully it... Ah, when you're embossing. Sorry, I get you now. I get you. Now, do you know what? When I did that, I was thinking my card was going that way and it was going to be in the bottom corner. But now that I've done my card that way, it's going to be a bit funny, because then when you write who it's to, I might do that again and do it in the other corner, because I don't really like where that's going to be in my card, actually. Let us... I'm sure I have got plenty more white here. And we'll cut another, that's the whole card, we'll cut another insert for that. We can do that nice and quickly. So 14.35 by 10. So all I'm doing is just bringing it down 0.5 from the actual card base, we will grab this again, and like I said, where I actually wanted it was down in this corner. So let's pop that through again. It won't take too long to do. We'll bring that cut and emboss machine back. We're definitely on the right place now. I just wasn't thinking, I was just doing it exactly like I'd done the other card. Not remembering that this one was a different orientation. Thank you, ladies. I really liked it. Like I said, I have so enjoyed playing with this suite and the papers. The papers are just to die for. I love the colours. I love everything about this. It's very much my kind of thing. It doesn't need to be too fussy. Like I said, just be gentle when you're taking that off, because these little corner ones do get a little bit caught in it sometimes. What I might do as well, I've probably still got some green on my brush, I'm thinking. So we might just a little bit of the Mossy Mesdow on that, just to tie it in a little bit. I can imagine you'll do some beautiful things with it, Jackie. The thing I'm looking forward to doing is a little bit of fussy cutting. I think that will be really nice with a lot of the flowers in this. I'll have to show you the bit I've got left from this card, which I will fussy cut a little bit as well. And I have made a couple of other cards just to show you how you can do it so that you're not wasting anything as well, which is always good when things are a little bit costly. You don't want to waste anything. I've still not put any glue there. Look, you probably don't want these to stand up much because they're on the inside of the card, but you can just give them a little bit of a curl just so that they're not quite as flat. So they do just not stand up, but they're not going to sit quite as flat inside their little divots that they've got. There you go, and that one there. So like even once that's down, yeah, that's still going to sit up just a little bit. Now I do have some gems, but do you know what? Again, I've decided not to go with the gems. I don't have the gems that actually go with this suite because I didn't like them, but I have ordered them because everyone talked me into it last week. So I will have the proper gems. The ones that I thought would go quite nicely are the antique pearls though. But like I said, I just don't think it really, I'm not going to put any on anyway. I'm going to leave it as is because I quite like it like that. So if you're making it yourself, please feel free to add whatever you like to it. But like I said, I think I'm just going to leave it just as that. And then you've got your little inside there. And just that little technique with the ribbon as well is quite a cute little technique. So like I said, it's not quite gathers, it's more pleats, I must admit. But it's just giving you something a little bit different. Yeah, no to the pearls. Yeah, I'm the same. It was the same with the card last week. I think everything is pretty enough as it is without it. I don't think everything needs twine or pearls on it. So that's the one that I've done now. Then I did the different orientation earlier. So exactly the same layout. I've just got a landscape and a portrait. And still just using that middle bit of the frame, which I really loved, so I did enjoy playing with that. But then I did find another piece of designer series paper that I liked, and I'll get it out for you. Like I said, there are so many in here and so many of them are gorgeous. Here we go, this really dark one, that one there. And you know what? These are not papers I would generally, I'm not a scenery kind of paper girl. Yeah, these papers are definitely beautiful. But let me show you what I did with it, because I haven't finished the cards. There's no sentiment on them yet, but I just wanted to show you what I had done. So they are my 2 cards. So I have put my pretty peacock through and got the 2 frames. So I've used the 2 frames, one on each card. And then I've put this whole sheet of paper through, used 1 frame on this card, and then the other 2, the insert and the outside on this card. And then, like I said, I've used this and again made it so, well, no, I didn't make it. The frame is actually the right size so that these little bits actually stick over the edge of the frame, which looks really gorgeous, I think. But like I said, I just need sentiment and some finishing off now because they are quite plain. But I was doing them very quickly before the live tonight just to get them done, because I just wanted to show you how you could actually, you're almost getting 2 cards out of one with this, which I really, really loved. So I hope I have kind of inspired you with these, with this suite, because it is just such a lovely, lovely suite. I've very much enjoyed playing with it. I am going to be using this suite for my retreat as well. So we might make some of these cards. I might come up with some different things. I'm sure I can come up with some different things as well, because like I said, it has been so easy to create with them. So that is kind of it for tonight. So like I said, remember, tomorrow, go live day. So we've only got a few more hours left before the catalogue goes live. Remember, it's the catalogue and the online exclusives. So you will find the suite that we used a couple of weeks ago. I don't have the card right on me, but it was the one with these dies here. And the sort of overly shaped dies as well. Here we go. I do have one card sitting right here. So that's this little suite here that will be going live as well. Oh, thank you, Kim. I'm so pleased to have. And the join offer as well. So like I said, if you would like to join our gorgeous little team, please do. Would love to have you. Do people stay up to order after midnight? Yeah, I'm thinking there's probably a few people that would, especially if you're wanting things straight away. Do you know what? That card kind of looks a bit upside down now that I'm looking at it on the computer. I probably should have gone that way, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll go that way. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for sticking with me and joining me tonight. I really love having you here, and have a lovely week. I will be able to start getting my room organised shortly, so that's going to be a little bit exciting. And it looks like Jackie is a yes to staying up. I will see you all on Thursday. Thanks a lot. Take care, everyone. Bye.